So welcome back for another round of Subnautica high-tech modding. We are going to go ahead today. I'm worried about the Ampeels, not worried about that with the performance stuff because performance booster mod update seems to have helped a little bit with the frame rate, so just a little bump. So I'm just going to focus today on building out the other children's rooms along the Habitat Apartments area and try to get that done. And I still have some fiber mesh and silicone rubber along with some silver ore. I don't know if I'm going to need silver as much this time with this part of things. And I've got more over here. I've got so many. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and dump some of this in. I can go run and grab some more stuff. Have even more building capabilities right now. All right, so here we've got the little cat doll, the prawn suit. We got a spot. We'll do a small single fish aquarium in every one of them. They got to have a pet in the children's rooms. And I'm thinking the other one's got the Aurora poster. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I think I'm going to stick with 2 beds each, just so it's like, well, even if you have one kid, it's kind of like a, you know, dormitory type situation sort of thing where it's just like, here's 2 beds to the room. I think it'll just make it more consistent with that whole, we're just doing this generic because we're Altera and we're trying to be as cheap and efficient as possible. You know what? We're going to throw, I know I got a Cyclops toy in the other one. We got a Markiplier in there. Well, you know, we're going to put a Jack Septiceye tank on the floor just because. Have it there. Yep. Little weird eyeball. And a forklift. Why not a forklift? I mean, it's a special forklift. You know, not everybody can aspire to pilot an Aurora ship. So we'll mix it up a little bit. Here, we'll put it over to the side. I kind of want to get it more, centered. That. So we got the land one, and we'll do the next room with the sea. Yeah, I like the fact that there's just like single bed and double bed, but I really wish there was like a basic single bed too. You got this with the nice little quilt. You got this one with a quilt. And this one with no quilt. So where's our option for this, the single bed with no quilt? I feel like there should be another variation. Just for the fact that there's a double bed variation on each, we should have a single bed one. And I'm out of fiber mesh again, of course. Feels like it's starting to lag up just using the fabricator to make stuff like the fiber mesh. It seems to be having more of an effect now that's noticeable even with that than just whenever I make stuff with the habitat builder. I got a Cyclops toy. You know, I think I had the stash Markiplier, so we'll do a regular Markiplier. Oh yeah, I gotta have the small aquarium. We gotta do that. One in each room for the kids, so they have their own pet fish. I think I'm going to really mix it up with the fish in terms of what I put in those. You know, I think I'm going to go with something from the decorations fabricator for that side. We need to put another toy here. So we'll do the doll. And that leaves me a couple more for in here. When I have this many rooms to fill, you know, variations start to crisscross a bit. Okay, this one's gonna be a little bit more interesting because now I've got the ladder in the middle to contend with as opposed to like the other ones where I had it at the back end. I really should have just done something different with these. I should have just had it where it was a regular corner tube piece, like I did at the beginning. Okay, so we're still gonna put the screen over here because they can watch from their beds. Just gonna be, you know, not gonna be sitting at the other end of the room watching because you have a ladder in the way. We'll go with sea moth toy here, and we need something for that side. Actually, this feels empty because we have the ladder in the middle. Something I could do with that. Oh, you know, actually, we could just use that as extra play space. I just thought of something that, you know, some toys I didn't make yet. Well, not really toys, but they're dolls. So we got that doll. Oh, and I haven't scanned the other ones yet. I haven't gone and taken the, you know, risk of life and limb to scan the other Leviathans. I guess I'll have to go do that And time for the next corner one with the ladder in the middle. Oh, man, yeah, that... At least it's just the visual lag so much right now. It's not the actual building lag happening yet. Yeah, it's getting to that point, though. I'm sure soon I'm going to have that lag of, you know, 30 seconds every time I try to place something down. At least at this base. I think I might be okay with a new base. But this base is definitely getting close to that point of being a... being more of a hindrance when I try to build stuff. We'll do the Marlow one. I mean, I'm going to mix it up some more with these, but I'm just going to leave the other shelves open for the moment. Come back once I've got some Leviathan dolls I can mix in as well. Also, after I get all these done, I think I'm going to save and reload the game from scratch just to see if I can get that slight performance boost again. Always seems to lag up as I keep adding more and more buildables during a session. It really feels like I've barely gotten any time in this session before my frame rate just bottomed out. I mean, I was like 20 to 25 earlier, right as I started. Now I'm down to as low as seeing 9 frames per second, thanks to all this stuff that I'm building. So yeah, it's time for me to save and do a fresh load. So not a huge improvement, but a fresh load did help my FPS just a little bit. So it's time to go do some scans of some Leviathans. And I know when I was building here before, there was a ghosty very close by, but also just conveniently right here next to these guys. Just scanning you, don't worry. Except for that. You know, Warper attacking me like that. Did not mean for that to happen. I'm sorry if you were... I'm sorry you're being involved with this Warper attacking me. Okay, let's try this again. Let the Warpers behind. Please don't be mad at me. Oh, no, what the... Why are you following me? He's nowhere even close to me, and he just comes up and decides, hey, I'm going to mess with this guy. Finally! Finally! One of the easiest ones to be able to scan. And, that was like one of the hardest scans I've had in a while. Okay, let's find one of the Reapers. I hear him. Trying to make sure. Yep, there we go. Either I go and get the one on the edge so I don't have another one swarming in from the side to get me. And of course, I gotta be outside for this. There we go. Yes. Sit still and take your scan. All right. Thank you. That's all I needed. Bye, Mr. Reaper. You stay. Stay. Good dog. All right, Ghosty, where'd you go? I looked for the other one near the island, but can't find him. I figured I'd find the Ghost Leviathan down here. I hear you. There you go. He's like, I'm hiding in the ceiling. Yeah, don't ignore me. I'll start shooting other things around you. How about that? Oh, yes! Got him. Can I get in close enough to scan you? There we go. Ghost Leviathan Juvenile. I mean, I'm assuming that should count just as well for the doll. If not, I'll go find the adult. Oh, not cool, dude. He just snuck up behind me. Okay, not cool. He snuck up behind me. Like, wasn't even visible. And just all of a sudden, I'm sitting there trying to scan skeleton, and he just pops in right there and starts trying to shoot me with fireballs. I hate when they do that. They're like, oh yeah, I can't render in yet. Oh, come here. Why are you running away? There he goes into the wall of the cave system. I can't believe they've just never fixed that. That's such a, like, unrealistic and problematic thing to have. Because they like to sneak attack you from inside the wall, and that's totally not right. Boom! Yes! Got him! I know, I see your little boot snout. Don't you even think about trying to swivel around to get me. You're stuck. There we go. Alright, you stay there. And I am going to leave you alone now. Have fun. I wasn't going to come over this way to see if the Ampeels are coming back in large numbers. I know last time I checked, they weren't reappearing in massive numbers. They were still here like they are now. See them popping in, but they weren't like, it wasn't an explosion effect like it was previously. And now it looks like it, oh yeah, they're starting to load in. I think the explosion effect is about to happen. I think it reloaded them again. I did have it where I came back and it was like, oh, like 5 Ampeels. Save the game, close the game out, come back again. 5 Ampeels, no problems. But now it looks like they've clustered again. But as long as I am far enough away, it doesn't really make that big of an impact on my gameplay. Though it does have some impact on the gameplay, of course. One last little bit of decorations. And then I'm going to save and close out again, see if I can get some of my frame rate back. Alright, I got the different dolls I needed, but I don't have any silicone rubber with me. You know, it doesn't make sense to have that one. We're gonna go with the alright, there we go. Leviathan and the Aurora, because, you know, they like to hang around the Aurora. You know what? This is like they're playing with it on the floor. That's why I feel like I like that. Yeah, you know, we're gonna do the big one there. Yeah, like that. Let's see, I need... Hey, we're gonna do... I'll put like some skeletal remains in on one, like it's a kid's like, you know, research project. So older kid, you know, they're studying because they want to be a scientist like their parents. You know, yeah, like that. There we go. Good one. We're actually gonna do another one of these. I feel like that stands out a good bit in terms of its placement on the floor. You know, it's more visible because of the height of the toy. Let's do another ghosty here. Actually, we'll go with that there. And then we're gonna have the giants, the most fearsome predators duking it out. Rawr. Rawr. Yeah, fight. And we're gonna do a combat scene. Yeah, the oversized sea moth toy versus the Reaper that is not quite the right size. I think I wouldn't be so worried about Reapers if they were that size relative to the sea moth. We're gonna put the peaceful giant over here. Ah, yeah, there you go. Okay, that one's done. And one more toy, one last Markiplier, Stash-aplier. There we go. All right. That's enough. Now I just gotta get some posters along the walking path for the lower levels, and that pretty much leaves just the adult areas, which I think I'm gonna wait till I can stock up some more creepvine samples and, of course, more fiber mesh, because I'm gonna need it for all the beds I'm gonna make for them too. Yeah, that's not balancing very well. I think I'm just gonna take the mushrooms out completely from this and go just creepvine samples now. So all of the rooms on the second level are pretty much done except for creating some kind of graphics for them. I've got the top rooms of these two done. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more I'll have to do next time with beds and etc. And so yeah, and oh no, that's back. It keeps going away and then coming back, then going away, then coming back. I've got the power transmission lines, and these were originally pointing to somewhere around the Ampeels. And let's just see. Well, there's no ion cube there this time, and there it goes. They're back. Surely this can't be that left over from the better ACU mod. I've got the mod completely taken out. You'd think it would be fixed if that was part of it. So the base looks pretty good so far. But yeah, man, the performance lag from this is just what I would expect. You know, the last time I built a really big base, or last 2 times I built really big bases, ended up getting really laggy. Just the game's not really optimized for that scale of building like what I do. It's really more for smaller bases, as opposed to, you know, some games are designed to handle really big bases, really big structures. Subnautica's not one of those games. But it's looking good, just, you know, suffering from performance issues. See how much my pathways are all lit up, which looks nice. I probably could have cut down a bit more on the light sticks, where it's not so consistent in terms of the lighting. But I did that because in some spots it was like, you know, you go through the light little area, the light radius, and then you're in the dark, and you might misstep and go falling off into like the lagoon or something. I think it's safe for me to go ahead and add some more multi-purpose rooms out here. I don't think I'm going to do anything else up here besides the multi-purpose rooms. That'll let me use up some of the titanium I've been stocking up. And actually on this end, we'll do enameled glass usage with the observatory. That way it's not just I've got to find something else to put in there, but yeah. Bam. Nice view of everything, and mainly nice view towards the waterfront.
All systems online.
Okay, so bug with the Cyclops dock. It's a good thing I've been saving recently. The dock is not holding the Cyclops in place. You see how far down it was. I tried to dock my Seamoth, or undock my Seamoth, and it just destroyed my Seamoth because of collision. Okay, Cyclops is docked. Same as it was a moment ago. And I'm gonna come up here. I'll jump in. Do not undock it. Okay, so it seems the longer I play, or at least after the first time, you see it's actually moving it there. Starting to think the Cyclops dock mod is actually causing a lot more problems than I'm noticing. I'm about to maybe take it out just to test and see what happens if I remove it in terms of performance and not having my Seamoth just randomly get destroyed. So these are all roughly around the same, so I should be seeing like 1 energy per second in terms of production from each of these. And so that is 6 total. So I should be seeing at least 6 energy per second just off of the thermal plants right here. So just the thermal plants alone should be producing more power, at least 1 energy per second each, than I'm using right now for this. That's 5.7 power per second, so I should have a surplus just from the thermal plants, not counting all the solar panels. And that's 50 items per second. So what if I go and I change this? Let's just go overkill with it. I just want to see how bad it gets. 200? Don't break everything. How about that? Okay. 200. 17.7 energy per second. So just off of where I'm set up now in terms of thermal power, that's, if we assume there's a little bit of excess beyond the 1 per second, maybe that's like 17 to 18 thermal plants to give that more power than it needs to keep going non-stop at 200 items per day. I think if I was going to leave it like that, I definitely would be adding the X storage mod. And you see, I'm like, all right, there's a jump. It siphons like that extra big chunk. I am losing power. Let's just go and see. Is it? Yeah, it's still daytime, so I'm still getting power from solar panels. I've got power coming from these, and I'm wondering if this is also part of it. Ooh, yeah. That one's draining fast. Look at that. I was actually building up a charge, and now it's just draining away. I think 200 items per day, or 250, whatever it was I put. I think that's a little too much, but short term, at least gonna give me a bunch of supplies. Yeah, about 7-8 seconds per item now producing, with it being 200 items per day. So if you need a lot, just make sure you have a lot of power going in. You know, I really would love to have the decorations mod add in the ability to place regular planter pots down outside of a room. That would be really awesome. Or at least just an outdoor grow bed that, like how we've got the long planter and we got the normal planter. Give us one that is like a 4 tile size one that's just like half of that. That would work well too. But what I'm thinking I want to do here is I just want to go ahead and make use of, well, if I can get it to place. Okay, wants to place there like this, but doesn't want to place sideways. We'll place there sideways, but not in the middle sideways. So I have to, like, it's got to be something with that dock again. Something with the Cyclops dock. I'm really about to just go take all of those out. With just 3 here, 1 at the other base, and just go ahead and say, done, uninstall. Let's see what happens. I'm going to place 1 giant cove tree here now. I'm going to get another one after this, because they are amphibious, and they grow very big. So I thought that'd be a nice little extra touch for night. And I might throw like a lamp or 2 in here just to highlight it from below, make it look even nicer. After all, this is meant to have some nice cosmetics around this base. It's growing. And now it's time for a second one. So we're going to have, it's going to be real interesting to see how cluttered this ends up looking once they're both full size. I'm sure there's going to be some significant overlap between them. Well, I guess now it's time to sit and watch the giant cove trees grow slowly but surely, and just gather supplies. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Got some more work done. Still having that weird problem. No ion cube showing up again, but still weird problem with the Ampeels just randomly increasing in volume and decreasing in volume. And, you know, that's just more lag problems. But yeah, got some work done. Gonna let supplies build up. We'll get some more work done next time. We'll try to finish the habitats off next time. That way I have only a little bit left on this base to do, tidying up, and we can move on, maybe start another base where I won't be quite so close to stuff making it lag. But that is it for this episode, so if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy so we can all see you in the next video.